Here's the fucked up thing about it. This wasn't some cop that came in. That was him. And it was him in connection with his bullshit fucking artist broker buddy downtown who told me he used to work in munis. Now he does something else. Because in here, I demonstrate, I know how you're supposed to do and deal with munis appropriately. I know how you're supposed to be able to use them in order to create an actual good, legitimate bond. But I did that in connection with a woman, a spiritual woman that I met. And I didn't realize exactly at the time that that's what I was doing until after I spoke with her. And it became impossible to actually meet with her because you wanted me to do something else that that bond is not suited for. And what that lets me know is that the people who think they're entitled to have access to bonds of that quality and at that level and with those possibilities associated with the way that it's composed don't deserve it. They're criminals! They're criminals! We're not even talking about people that come from a different culture or a different context that haven't been exposed to or haven't had experience with this particular kind of financial system or financing modality. We're talking about people that intentionally put in pornography, put in child sex predation, it put in deceit, that sabotage the bond because they have access to illicit accounts that they can swap into while they're trashing you. That's what they do. It doesn't have to be that way. You can be honest and get an appropriate rating. And you can deal with it in a way that brings safety. But these jackasses have intentionally been setting up fraudulent bonds, including municipal bonds, all over the fucking world, so that they can create black ops scenarios. And they need women like me that actually have human capital. That's why I don't go bankrupt. I personally am not bankrupt. They kidnap me. They literally kidnap me! And they know what I'm capable of doing. And they're trying to do another little extortion. And something's really important right now. Do you need the credit to be able to deal with a hostage situation? Well, you're not going to get it as long as I'm the fucking hostage. How many people have a license as an investment advisor that absolutely do not deserve to have it? How many people have licenses as securities brokers that absolutely do not deserve to have it? How many people have been running brokerages, including family legacy brokerages, that have engaged in so much fraud and deceit that we've literally bankrupted the damn government because we have allowed them to be prioritized? How many banks contracted with those brokers and underwrote bonds that they knew were fraudulent, but understood maybe they would make some profits for some of their customers with the leverage? See, it's our lives that provide the collateral they loan out to other people. That's what happens with every fucking muni bond. So when you let narcos infiltrate the government to cover up for their broker buddies that help hustle deals, including ones that claim to be veterans or including ones that claim to have been in finance as part of a legacy family, and then they try to dodge shit through the Department of State for black ops in order to help them make money off the record, you fuck with every fucking person that is collateralized for that damn bond. And you don't have a right to wave it off on the cops, and you sure as fuck don't have a right to wave it off onto demographic preferences that reinforce your racialized target economy, ma'am. You didn't have the right to increase the prison population as a justification for dispersing it at a lower level of risk over more people, because you knew damn well to actually get the security for the credit you thought you deserved, you needed big fucking bust like you. And that's the only reason I'm alive, and I know that. Because I'm not stupid. And I'm not settling for you making pond scum out of everybody I used to know. You don't have the credit. And all of these people walking around and riding around and running around, whether they're at home or they were able to get back into the building after those guys flipped some insurance fraud on the fixed asset they're supposed to be working at in order to be appropriately taxed. All of them, you made the wrong decision. You need to clean up your house, guys. I know you're the ones that watch this, ultimately. Even if Congress and the Senate are watching it, who are they watching it for? Not me. They're not watching it for me. They're not watching it for those women and children in those shelters with me. They're not watching it for the people that are homeless on the street. They're not watching it for the people I used to work at the newspaper with. They're not working. They're not watching it because they're caring about the people that were labeled as mentally ill, that needed to get a transitional job in order to be able to do something where they could have some self-esteem. That's not who they're doing it for. They're doing it for their fake broker buddies and their fake banker buddies that they think are going to give them their next fucking election campaign donation. Well, we are the property they thought they were going to hustle to fudge the numbers. You need to pull those licenses. We have a crisis right now, an economic crisis, a national security crisis. Whoever you are that is at a level where you can hear this, and I know who it could be, you need to start pulling licenses left and right. You need to liquidate those assets after you disgorge them from the derivatives processes that have been going on illicitly. And you need to allow for that to be captured and to be reconstituted so that we can actually live. This is financed because their corruption is so significant, they have to murder us in order to pay for the insurance to cover it up. Cancel their insurance policy! Cancel their insurance policy and fire the people that are covering their asses.